welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Tulip and Golf. Now, of course, at this point, weather to report is raining.
And
very
water.
heavily. Exactly, very heavily. So obviously there would be flood everywhere. Unfortunately, at this point, there are a lot of reports of where very heavy rain just added to the situation, make it even worse. So the spot that worsened seems to be in Prachinburi province as well as Sakeo province, where a lot of water, including flash flood that have been seen in various parts. At this point, there has been quite a lot of report in terms of situation in Sakeo province, where especially in Wang Somboon, Klong Hat, Wang Nam Yen, and Khao Chakan district. They say that at this point, Khao Chakan market, which has never been flooded for the past 30 years, already has been flooded at this point. A lot of people actually has been suffer from this. 1,500 households have been under high level of flood water. Now in Chanthaburi province, Pong Nam Ron district as well as Soi Dao district at this point has seen quite a bit of a flood. That means that a lot of evacuation would have to be in place. That include both Thai and Cambodian residents that live around the area, because this is the borders between Thai and Cambodia. So at this point, there's a lot of rescue team going in, trying to help a lot of people. Now, in Panakhon Sri Ayutthaya province, there has been a report of a release of water, trying to release as much as they can. However, at this point, it's safe to say that Ayutthaya province, most part of the province has been flooded already. They have to brace for more water that might be released from Pasak Cholasit Dam. Obviously, that will be released to the Rama 6 Dam as well, and that might come into the eastern part of Bangkok, and that they were worried about that. So they are trying their best to release it. At this point, there has been a talk that on the 11th of November, there will be a public participation on whether or not there should be a building of a second Chao Phraya River in order to help release water from within Bang Ban as well as Bang Sai district of Ayutthaya province. Now, Kun Port Prasop Suratsawadi, also who in charge of the whole water situation, has been tasked by the Prime Minister to look after this. Obviously, the Prime Minister at this point is not in Thailand, she's in Indonesia, and we will report about that later on. But he went to Ang Thong province to take a look at the situation in the area, and he talked to the local people saying that the 3.5 billion baht, the water management project will actually help easing the situation later on. Now, not too far from Bangkok, Prachuap Khiri Khan province in Hua Hin district. Obviously, if you enjoy traveling to closer to Bangkok to get to the sea, Hua Hin would be the place where you go because it's close enough. At this point, they've seen quite a bit of flood as well. And there has been a report of a big tree, 100-year-old tree that actually has been collapsed over. So that's created a lot of problem. As you can see there, these are pictures of all the crops, rice that has been underwater, and there's destroyed quite a lot of farmland. This is in Sisakhet province where Tumpon Pisai district, they say that there has been a report of the fragrance rice, the Homali rice, about 350,000 rai of farmland underwater. So they are talking about 2 billion baht losses at this point. So that's quite a bit of a problem. Now, in terms of the situation right here in Bangkok, they say that the BMA Governor Kun Sukumphan Boripat has been said that they are trying their best to look out for any situation. At this point, there will be a little bit of opening of sluice gate to release some of the water, and hopefully the water from the Pracha Ruam Chai sluice gate along with the Bang Chan sluice gate will be released into Sansab canal, and all the way it should supposed to go into the big tunnel on Rama 9 and all the way to the sea. But at this point, we still have to look out because they say that the meteorological department came out and say that in the south, for example, in Rayong, Chanthaburi, Trat, Phetchaburi, Prajwap Khiri-Khan, Chumpon, Ranong, Phang-nga, and Phuket during the 6th all the way to the 8th. So today, as well as tomorrow, you will still have to brace for heavy rain. And they say that 40% of Bangkok will actually have seen quite a bit of rainfall as well. So at this point, safe to say that if your house is prone to flooding, you know that even more rainfall would actually create that problem. I suggest that you find other, preparations in terms of trying to get your belongings up to the second floor at this point.
Okay.
It might not be as bad, but it's always good to prepare.
Precautions.
Exactly.
Okay, moving on to the next news. Yesterday is actually one of the very important day in the history of Thai democracy. Yesterday there was a commemoration of the October 6th, 1976 at Thammasat University at the, I would say, we could call it Memorial Park in the Thammasat University itself. What happened in October 6, 1976 is the university students that were gathered together and asking for transparency and democracy was actually gunned down by the official. And this is organized by the university itself and also by the foundation that to commemorate the heroes that or we can call it martyrs that passed away on that particular day. So it started off at 7 a.m. with the almsgiving to the 19 monks chaired by Associate Professor Udom Rat Amarit, the Deputy Rector of Thammasat University. And the incident, he actually took it a good chance to asking the Education Ministry to actually put more information of this particular event and also the 14 October event into the education system.
So in class material, make sure that there's a little bit more information.
Because they complain that there is not enough information. It's almost as if it got forgotten.
Right.
And he would like the Education Ministry to set up some kind of committee to actually gather all the information, not just about the October 6th event, also October 14, and also about the Black May in 1992, and also just in 2011, whatever happened to the democracy system in Thailand.
So pretty much to at least including all the political events that, well, more like a conflicts and riots.
And it's actually, it's a big event that changed something in Thai society and the way people view democracy in Thailand. So I think it's a good request.
I think in the university level, it's probably good. I think they already in the university level. As for the high school and such, I don't think it's actually in part of the social studies just yet.
They believe it's not enough, and they believe there should be more information about it, and they believe some of the information actually distorted to the students. So they would love the Education Ministry to set up some committee to gather all the information and get it right and get it out there to make sure more people learn about it, because they said that anyone that under 40 years old, most of them doesn't really know what happened back then.
All right, interesting. Good event indeed. Now to another news. This has actually happened over the weekend, Kuntilip. A lot of people were actually quite concerned about this particular case in terms of Kun Chalerm Yubamrung, who actually got hospitalized due to a bleeding in his brain. There has been talk that on the 4th, he has been complaining about his balance, that he cannot balance himself. He's a little bit woozy and such. So obviously his family sent him to the hospital on Friday, and they say that he underwent the surgery to drain the excess fluid from his brain and is believed to be a little bit of a bleeding, not that much. And at this point, he's out of the ICU already. Now, of course, Kun Chalerm is the labor minister and he's quite outspoken as well. We have talked about him quite a bit. Now his son, the youngest son, Kun Duangyu Bamrung, has come out and given the interview saying that his father can walk now, nothing to worried about. He can talk and smile and such, and the family actually thank you all the concerned parties that actually have been calling and voiced their well wishes and such, and they are thank you everyone for that. At this point, the doctor said that for Kun Chalerm to be more careful and not to work so hard, because it might be due to the fact that he has been stressed out quite a bit in terms of trying to get his work done. Now they say that there has been, a talk that there will be a meeting coming up. So at this point, on the 15th, they're not sure whether or not Kun Chalerm will be able to join this particular meeting with the Office of Narcotic Control Board. But obviously, at this point, they might have to have someone else in terms of trying to represent him or being in place if he cannot recover in time. But yeah, Kun Chalerm at this point is alive and well. So everyone not to worry. Now you have the news that everyone I've been waiting
Since
for.
we enter a little bit of politics and politician themselves.
Political figure.
Yes.
Well, he will soon be. So
we have another new news, information about who will also join Pheu Thai Party campaign in the next election.
So running for it.
Reportedly, the source said that Thaksin will nominate his own son to run in the next election.
You know what? Now that I know, I just thinking that he has been, quite active.
Yes, he
with
has
his
been
Facebook, very outspoken with the whole politics thing. And then I never, for a second, to think that he would join political.
He has been very responsive to Democrat Party and a lot of comments that regarding the Pheu Thai Party itself. So this. It's not confirmed, but the source said that Thaksin is thinking between running as the Chiang Mai MP or party list MP altogether. And this prepare for the next coming election. It's the same election that Thaksin has been telling his party to prepare and embrace for, and he has been encouraging all his member of parliament to visit their own constituency to make sure that they get in touch with their own people.
And Chiang Mai is a stronghold.
Yes,
of
Chiang Mai is a stronghold
that's
of
where
Pheu Thai Party.
Thaksin's house actually, that's he originated from. So obviously, it only makes sense if Kun Phan Thong Thai would.
And I would say this is a good news for Shinawat family fans. And immediately he got fully support from one of the racial leaders said on the stage that they're totally supporting him.
Of course.
If he decided to join the political ring.
He has been in the picture forever.
Besides that, there is also the same source reported that the Thaksin Shinawat or Pheu Thai Party also plans to invite some of the very well-known and well-respected government employees and government figures to join Pheu Thai Party after they retired. One of those people is the Metropolis Chief Kamrunwit Thukrachang, that will retire next year. So that's also one of the big news indeed that Pheu Thai Party is planning to invite him.
Now, I think for his own popularity, as you can see, there's like 1 million or something like that on his, a lot.
He's celebrities of Thailand, and he's an heir of one of the most famous family in Thailand.
And Kun Apisit got 150,000 about. So.
And anyone that loves Shinawat family, I would say the whole family, will just gonna be happy with the news.
Yeah. So at this point, just to add to that very quickly, there has also been a talk about Kun Alongkorn Phorabut from the Democrat Party talking about maybe they should start to revamp and revamp
the Democrat Party.
Itself, because it seems like the popularity is diminishing. Even if the Pheu Thai Party did, it seems like even with the whole, the loan and everything else that has been criticized, especially even the Mae Wong Dam, it doesn't make the Democrat Party more popular.
They have
Still.
been talking about revamp or re-image Democrat Party for a really long time. We heard it often enough since Abhisit Vejashua become the head of the party. But I don't think we
Of
see
late,
any.
it's just not a good revamp.
I don't
Like,
think we've seen any much change in the positive way yet.
exactly, in a positive way, that's most definitely. So, another competition, be careful, watch out for this, because, obviously, Kun Pantong Tha would, who knows, might join
This-
the politics at
This
this
will
point.
be a new generation of Pheu Thai Party.
So let's take a short break because I have another new to report about why would the Prime Minister be in Indonesia, and of course you're going to have Kun Tulip will talk to us a little bit about the Pheu Thai Party getting
Preparation.
ready for the whole deliberation. So please stay tuned.